What is up, guys? Rick Hack is here, and today we're talking about the best way to level up to that max level of 30 in the Division. Now, I'll be the first to admit that I might be a little late with this video. I mean, I've been level 30 for quite a few days now. However, this is by far, by a huge margin, the most common question I get asked in the comment section of my videos. On Twitter, while I'm streaming, I'm constantly asked the question, what is the fastest way to level up in this game? So I thought I would make a dedicated video answering this question. And again, a lot of the people who are playing the game right now, this might not be relevant to them, but remember, there's people buying this game every day, getting convinced by their friends to purchase this game, and they're interested in knowing how to level up fast so that they can play with those friends. Now, I want to make something very clear. This isn't necessarily the absolute fastest way to level up in the entire game. There may be some sort of, experience glitch or farming run that I'm not aware of, but this is the best way to level up. And what's the difference? Well, the problem with doing some sort of experience glitch or like massive farming technique to just get a ton of experience to level up as quickly as possible is that simply you're going to reach a point where you're going to be completely underpowered in terms of your gear with the enemies that you're facing. This method is a very, very fast way to level up. It's the fastest that I have encountered, but it's also the best. And what I mean by that is that while you're doing this method, you're also going to be getting gear as you level up, so you're not tremendously underpowered while you're doing this. And as such, you will have a smooth transition from level to level and eventually reaching that max level of 30. Now, before we get started on what to do, it's very important to mention some base upgrades that you should buy as quickly as possible, both of which exist in the security wing. Now, the first unlock for the security wing, which you get by doing the Lincoln Tunnel main mission, which again, you want to do as quickly as you possibly can, is going to net you a bonus of 10% to all experience gained. So obviously, if you're concerned about leveling up, this is something you want to unlock as quickly as possible. And soon after that, there's another security wing upgrade that's going to give you 35% extra experience to accolades. And accolades are essentially rewards for doing certain things in the game. If you get a headshot, the headshot accolade will pop up and give you, let's say, 100 extra experience. Well, with this upgrade, it's going to give you 135, and again, that's just going to overall net you more experience. Now, I've actually made an entire video talking about the best base of operations upgrades for new players, so I'll link that in the description if you guys are interested. So aside from these upgrades, what exactly do you do? What is the best way to level up in the Division? Now, in the Division, if you open up your map, you're going to see that the entire location is divided into different districts. And as you move your cruiser across the map, you can see one district get highlighted, and as soon as you go over the barrier, the next district is highlighted. It's also going to say the name of the district and the recommended level for the district in the top right corner. The way you want to level up in this game is to complete the main aspects of a district, and upon completion, move on to the next district. And when saying main aspects, I'm referring to the main missions that are dedicated to the certain wings of your base of operations. Those reward a ton of experience upon completion. Make sure to do all of those missions. But additionally, I'm also referring to the side missions. Now, there's also going to be encounters in all of these districts as well. Doing these encounters certainly isn't a bad thing. You're going to get a boost to the resources for your different wings, you're going to get a good chunk of experience, and you're going to get some money. However, I wouldn't classify doing these as necessary. They're certainly optional. Now, doing the main missions associated with each different wing, like the tech missions, the security missions, the medical wing missions, doing those missions is kind of obvious. They're going to award substantial chunks to your experience, but this technique really focuses on completing each of the side missions within each district. Now, when you enter into these districts, you're going to have to go to the safe house located in this district. And it'll often be kind of a side quest to just go and discover that new safe house. When you do this, you're going to get a chunk of experience just for doing this. At that point, when you're in the safe house, you're either going to ask one of the people running the safe house for information, or you're just going to look at a map, and then you're going to get all of the different side missions for that district. Doing these side missions is going to reward you with experience, obviously good for leveling up. However, once you complete all of the different side missions for a certain district, and remember, if you do start a mission that has several parts, even if those parts end up leading to missions outside of the original district, you still have to do these, but completing all the missions for a certain district will grant you kind of a secret new mission. All it is going back to the original safe house and reporting to one of the people running the safe house that you've completed all of the side missions. Doing that will reward you with a huge chunk of experience and a very important blueprint. So again, the side missions individually may not be the best and the fastest way to level up. However, they become a great way to level up when you include the massive experience bonus that comes with completing all of the side missions within a certain district. And again, that reward you get is very, very important. And that's what makes this technique the best way to level up, because starting at Flatiron District and potentially the one before Flatiron District, you are going to start getting purple blueprints. Now, the reason I mentioned Flatiron District is specifically that district will award you with a purple AUG A3 blueprint available for use at level 19. And to build this purple AUG A3, which by the way, you're always going to get this gun and it's a fantastic weapon, especially for that level, is remarkably easy to construct. You just need around 14 blue weapon parts, which blue weapons should be dropping pretty frequently at that point, and only 4 blue tools to construct this weapon. And that weapon is going to last you for quite a few levels. I was using that weapon until, God, like level 26 or above. And completing the district right after Flatiron, Gramercy is going to award you with a purple vest. So every district beyond that point is going to be awarding you with the blueprints to get all of this amazing purple gear. So not only are you going to be leveling up pretty darn fast by doing this, but you're also going to be getting great rewards that coincide with your level to again make sure that you're not underpowered when you're versing those higher level enemies. And that's what makes this technique the best way to level up in the Division. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating or sharing this video. Now, if you want to see more Division content, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter. That's linked in the description down below, as is my Twitch channel, which you can also follow. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.